Hi, welcome to Enchanted Flora Farm. This is Anelia Slater and Mike Gay. We're here for the third time and the last time. And in the last 3 months, we're about to see his progress. How are you today, Mike? It's nice to see you again.
I am good. A pleasure to see you guys as well, including the crew.
Right? So can you tell me how you've been doing with all these plants?
I am finished seeding, but I did a lot of seeding since you were here in the last month or so. These are some of the little babies, baby tomatoes. You know, they're one of the last things I seed. Those are probably stuck together.
Yeah.
Because they come along so quickly in the greenhouse. And if I seeded them too early, they would be these tall, skinny giants, and I don't like to sell them like that. They're not happy. Other than that, it's just been a lot of caretaking, watering. You'd be surprised how, you know, we have weather that's dark and cloudy and nobody needs water, and then we get one warm day. Didn't we have a day that went up to like 72 recently?
Yeah, yes, we
and
did
breezy,
yeah.
And everybody goes dry at once. And then I'm in a panic getting around watering everybody. It's okay if they wilt some, but I don't want them to collapse.
Yeah, right.
Because that's a lot harder for them to recover from. But so far, so good. Everybody's happy and healthy. No real insect problems this year. The only weird thing I have this year in some of my perennials, and it has to be the perennial soil that I got this year, which I've never used before, is there's these tiny little mushrooms that are coming up. They won't hurt the plants. In fact, they may add a little food that the plants can't get themselves. Because fungus and plants, trees, tomatoes, whatever, they have a symbiotic relationship. And I think the fungus provides them with some natural sugars. Because if you look in a microscope, the mycelium, which is kind of like the roots of the fungus, they're actually intertwined with the plant roots, be it a tree, be it a million bell, whatever. Nature's fun like that.
You put so much work into this, and it shows. It shows. You'll be seeing lots of beautiful, beautiful flowers right now, and so far I'm just awestruck. This is what happens when you have a greenhouse. It is so colorful in here. Can you imagine if you owned one? Can you imagine creating this life all on your own, you know?
A lot of this stuff disappears quickly at this time of year as the weather warms up. Outdoor Farmers Market starts this Saturday. I believe we're pretty ready to go. There are some things that I wish were a little further along, but I just won't bring them until they're ready.
What happens with anything extra that you don't sell?
If it's vegetable plants, I usually donate those. They usually do a very small garden over at the Mission. They mainly like tomato plants because they're easy, and they'll produce almost anywhere. And then Lehigh School, which my godson used to go to, and I used to assist with some of the kids over there on the autism spectrum. They do a big garden every year on a piece of property they have in West Paulet. So they'll take anything I have. And Mill River School, which is close, they usually come. They like to have any leftover onions.
What is the holiday that you sell most of your plants?
Hanging baskets and patio containers, some perennials like bleeding hearts, always Mother's Day.
Mother's Day?
Single violas in little pots, Mother's Day. It's a good, inexpensive gift for a child to get for mom or dad. I have kids do that too, get daddy plants on Mother's Day.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And it's pretty little violas, and I grow varieties that were bred actually for the Southern California market and the Mediterranean market. So they tough it out through the summer in the heat. Where usually, you know, old-fashioned violas usually shut down in the heat of summer, and then they'll start up again if somebody hasn't thrown them over the bank in fall when it cools off a little bit. But these varieties go right through the summer, and I check in with the people that buy them, and I ask them, are they doing what they're supposed to do? And they said, yep, never stop blooming.
Oh, wow, so you check in with your buyers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
People I run into at the grocery store, I may not remember the exact variety of tomato they bought, but I'll ask them, how's your garden doing? How are your tomatoes? Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I never hear bad things, so that's good.
That is so great. That's how you know you're doing a good job. And especially being connected with the people that you sell to. That's even a bigger thing. No wonder why you're so, admired for what you do. I admire him.
People will say, oh, my Aunt Judy sent me over, she said to talk to you about this or that or whatever. And it's nice. You get a lot of familial connections. It's nice in the grocery store in the middle of winter to hear somebody say that my plants did so well for them.
Right.
And it's like, yes, thank you.
Right.
It's like, because you do worry. I mean, sometimes the weather can be your worst enemy. And even the best plant under horrible growing conditions isn't really going to do that well. But I try and get varieties that were bred for New England, for cooler, wetter, although we seem to be getting even more cooler and wetter. This spring is a great example of that. More rain tomorrow and Friday, but then we get sun Saturday, thank you.
Right? Finally.
For farmers market, because we always worry. Because if it's rainy, especially if it's heavy rainy, you only get a third of the people.
Yeah.
And if it's sunny, everybody and their brother and sister comes out of the woodwork and goes down there.
Right.
Who wants to be out in the rain?
Well, I don't mind it.
A lot of people don't.
I also just want to say that the work that you put into this definitely shows. It's
Thank you.
beautiful. The flowers that you have here, I mean, they're gorgeous. There's not one plant I've seen here that's wilted. I have not seen any one plant with weeds or anything.
Because I obsessively pull out any weed seedlings I find.
Right? So much work put into this. This is the guy you want to go to if you want a Mother's Day gift or if you want a nice garden for the year.
Or just advice.
Yeah, and he creates a ecosystem basically indoors. Like each plant, it seems like they kind of live off from each other. No.
That's what nature is.
Now, so this is one greenhouse.
Yes.
You have what, 2 others?
2 others and something that I just call a shelter. It's covered with plastic, but the ends are open, the sides are open, but it keeps the rain off of them so I can control the water they get.
Nice.
But it's for things that actually like it cool. Onion plants, some perennials, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale. That wouldn't appreciate the heat that they're going to find in here or the others.
Do you mind if we go check it out?
Don't
See what
mind
you've got?
at all.
All right, let's go. And here's the second greenhouse, yes?
Yes.
What do you call this room?
This we call the hoop house because it doesn't have an active heating system. It relies on the sun during the day, and then there's a small kerosene heater for at nights just to keep it from going below 40 degrees. Because everything that's in here, more or less, is perennials, other than some overflow hanging baskets. They were getting too crowded in the main greenhouse. Perennials, they don't care. They actually benefit if it drops down to cooler temperatures because it stimulates budding and blooming, which is the entire reason that we buy perennials.
I just noticed this one in back of you right here, the Hemocallis?
Yes.
Yes.
Otherwise known as daylily. This is a variety, it's the cousin of the yellow reblooming one, the Stella Doro, that you see it a lot everywhere, malls and parking lots and stuff, because it's easy and it keeps going. This is a purple flowered version of that that they came up with maybe 5 years ago. And I like yellow, but I use it more as an accent color because it's so bright. I tend to like deeper colors, reds, blues, stuff like that, orange.
Yeah, I'm the same way actually. And I love purples. Purples are so nice.
Purples are cool.
Yeah. So cool.
Well, I just read the other day that the fashionistas have decided that the color this year is going to be coral.
Coral.
Coral, I guess, is kind of a hot pinkish.
It's like a light pink almost, like a,
Yeah.
you know.
So I have things that'll do that, but I don't follow the trends
Yeah.
fashion-wise or otherwise.
Well,
if I
they're
like
always
something, I grow it.
changing.
Yeah, they are always
They're
changing.
always changing. So what else do you have going on here that you want to show for the viewers?
This is a variety from Germany. It's not as blue as some cat mints, which is in the mint family. It's not catnip. Catnip grows as a tall bush. This tends to stay low and spread, and when it starts blooming, it doesn't stop until fall.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a variety called Felix, and it's got more of a mauve color to it than some of the blues that you normally see. I've got these little guys here, which look like little butterflies dancing around the plant.
Aw.
That's called
So
bee
pretty.
blossom, and they're beautiful. I love them. Those are going to get about 2 feet tall and just in a vase shape, just a cloud of those little white flowers. And that's about it for blooming right now.
Well, thank you, Mike Gay, so much for
You're welcome.
the
Thank you.
experience here. I hope that the viewers here will come down and check out all of this. I mean, you've only seen such a small part of it. It's gorgeous here. If you saw the mountains that surround this area, the valleys, etc., it would just be breathtaking. Even if you just want to look at things, come here. Mike is obviously very talkative and very intuitive, so I think it's a good idea. You know, if you really want to start this, he's the guy to look for. So thank you so much again, and thank you for coming to Enchanted Flora Farm and viewing this special episodes series of greenhouse gardening. And I hope that this has been an entertainment to you and something that you can learn from it, so that way we can make our ecosystem a lot better in Vermont. We can garden here, make it look more beautiful than it already is. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but downtown in Rutland, the plants aren't blooming. There's nothing really there anymore. So maybe it's time that we make a change, and this is where we start. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.